Shelby, how's it going? We are in a weird place today, not the normal studio.
We are in a weird place.
That's right.
Where have you brought me to this time?
We are in the PCG R&D facility in Houston, Texas, and we're going to be talking about Multiram today.
I'm so excited. We have two engineers on. We have Kyle and Dmitriy.
Yes.
And it's pretty cool. I feel like the show, we got to do a bit of a deep dive. We get to actually get some, I don't know about hands-on. We got gloves, but some eyes on some product here and talk a little bit about the R&D process.
Right, and this is a bit of a stretch for us just to be in on location kind of rather than the studio.
It's
so
fun.
It's got a little bit more energy, I feel, and it's our first of maybe hopefully many.
Yeah, we've taken you into conferences, so we thought, why not
do a facility? Yeah.
Come on, what are we doing? We got so many facilities. Let's see them.
Let's just talk Multiram.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Do you mind introducing yourselves to the audience and telling them a little bit about what you do at NOV?
Yes, so I'm the manager of the RAM group that's designed this new product that we're going to talk about today.
What's your name?
My name is Kyle Cantlon.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah. I know, I'm all screwed up on that intro. But
no, that's great. So you're the manager here.
Yes, the manager for the RAM group team.
Okay.
So one of the product teams that's within PCG. And so we design the RAMs only. We're dedicated to the RAMs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, my name is Dmitriy Udovenko. I'm the lead mechanical engineer for this product that we're going to be talking about today.
Cool.
Nice. Well, I think the first question I actually don't need my notes for, which is just, what are we talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking
Y'all teased it. What are we talking about
We're
here?
talking about a new multi-RAM for our 13, 10, 60, 12 BOP. And it's going to be designed for a range of 3.5 to 5 7/8 drill pipe.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
and for those who might not know what the word multi-ram
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah,
So the term out in the market right now is variable bore ram, but multi-ram is the NOV way of saying variable bore ram.
Yep, it's designed to be like several pipe rams all in one ram, so you can close it on any size pipe in that range from 3.5 to 5 7/8, and it will just adjust.
Okay, so that, for those who don't know, like me, uninformed, that's not something that's usual. Usually it's like you have a RAM for a specific size.
Correct. So
they would have to be interchanged or something like that?
Yeah, your typical Rams and you call it the normal style legacy robust type of ram would be called a pipe ram. And so it's just meant for one size of pipe. The multi-ram is not a new thing, but what we're doing here with this multi-ram is new. So we're just, we're trying to increase its robustness. So we've changed a lot about its design package to make it a new style of multi-ram. So multi-rams are not new, but the way this one does its multi-ram stuff is pretty new.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're at, like Paul mentioned, we're at the R&D center. And I'm always curious when we're looking at a new product, something that's been in research and development, how does something like this get started when you're starting this new kind of project and product?
Yeah, typically what we'll always look for is customer feedback. On the technical front side of things, we're always talking with our customers. We're trying to say, hey, do you guys like the product? Is there any gaps that need to be filled in the market? And from the NOV side, we saw a clear gap from our side and also from the customer feedback that we've been getting. Hey, do you guys offer this package?
Sure.
And we're like, no, we actually don't have our own version of this.
Yeah, so it starts with customers reaching out and looking for some technology, some version, some performance rating of a product, and we're like, well, we got to kind of have a gap here. It's something that we want to produce or develop, and so start talking with salespeople and everything, and customers that want to get ready to buy it, and the thing kind of kicks off, and then we start looking at anything else that would go into that was from their perspective as far as like what they would want that's beyond performance, just things that they know from the past for other products that they've owned themselves, so customer was heavily involved on driving us down this lane of what we've produced here.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you had mentioned like it's not multi-ram's not new, but it was the way you guys approached it. Can you show me a little bit about
Since
it?
we're here. While
there was one over here. Yeah, while we're here.
Perfect. Then we'll go take a walk.
Okay, great.
Show that stuff,
So Dmitry, tell me a little bit about some of the specific tech. Like, what are some of the technologies y'all put into Multiram?
For sure, yeah. With this being an API 16.8, 4th edition PR2 rated product, there's a lot that goes into that.
Okay, that's a lot of words and numbers. But those are like specifications.
Specifications that when the customer sees a product is ready to that, they have full confidence that it's going to perform.
Right. I think I see one over here.
Yeah.
You want to kind of show me what it is?
Let's go over some of the details.
So, it looks quite complex in here. So you were telling, give me some of the tech.
Yeah, for sure. So here, what we see right here is a face seal But what we have in this demonstration is the rubber is not there. So this would be molded into a face seal.
Okay.
So would there be rubber or elastomer compound around this?
Right.
And then we have the top seal up here on the top.
This is an example of some of the elastomer.
Elastomer.
Is this the same one that would go? Is it all the same compound?
We've actually iterated to where we have a couple different compounds
Okay.
working together in this
Wow.
product.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about those specific elastomers.
Yeah, so this elastomers, we went through an iterative process. It's very collaborative with our chemist department to where we would run some tests, get some results, and then I'm on a daily basis emailing him, talking to the chemist, say, hey, I want these properties to be a little bit better.
Right.
I'm seeing this wear, I'm concerned about it. How can we make that better?
Right.
And so we go back and forth and to where we actually honed in on a specific compound for each application
Right.
that makes it happen.
I might have cut you off a little bit earlier. Like, is there any more what's going on here? Any other specific technologies that y'all are dealing with, like on the inside here?
Yeah, for talking about the metallic inserts
Right.
here, we drew some inspiration from our most modern technology, the 20K.
The 20K, yeah.
20K multirams, yeah, exactly. And so the way those segments interact with each other, the way that they interact with the tubular and in the face seal, we drew a lot of inspiration from them, from legacy product, from feedback from customers.
Yeah.
And we were able to package that into a smaller package to still get the performance that we
Wow.
needed.
So, what's making this, I guess, stand out or making it unique in the industry as an offering you guys are giving?
Yeah, so the beautiful thing about this is a retrofit product. So customer can take this, buy it, and install it directly into the BOP that they have in the field right now. And the idea or the goal is to offer a product to the customer that when they install it into their BOP, it feels like a new BOP.
Right.
The performance excels, they can put their full confidence in it. And the beautiful thing, the way that we achieve that is the way we've tackled the design of the metallic inserts.
Yeah.
And so we talk about design reviews, we talk about collaboration. I mean, this is where we will argue for 20, 30 minutes about a
Yes.
specific chamfer, a
Right.
specific round.
Right.
And we're saying, do we need it? Do we need it there? How big does it need to be? And
Right.
the whole point is that, being involved in this design process for over 24 months, you care about every single detail to make sure that the product performs.
Yeah. And this all sits inside of it. Like, just educate me a little bit.
Yeah,
So-
for sure, exactly. So you've got
I'm looking at, I can see the BOP over there. I don't really see this over,
Yeah, so exactly. This will be installed in the BOP, the doors will close, and this product will live inside the cavity for the duration of the utilization. And one thing I wanted to touch about on this product is that we have full control over it, meaning the chemistry of the rubber compounds, the machining, everything that goes into this from the design phase all the way to production when it goes to the customer. We have full control. And so we have many levers we can pull that we've been pulling in this design process to get the best product we can.
Man, so cool. I'm getting a sneak peek here. Thanks.
So I want to ask, when we're looking at, I like to think of what's the impact that we're looking. So from an industry standpoint, what kind of impact are y'all expecting?
Yeah, from an energy standpoint, we want to offer a product to the customer to where they can feel confident in its performance. Where they can install it in the BOP, they can run it without having to think about it. Kind of more like a set it and forget it kind of approach.
Yeah.
To where they can expect the performance, low temp, high temp, whatever it may be, and they can operate just as good as a fixed bore ram or even better.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just trying to change people's perspective on the way they see multi-rams. So right now, multi-rams are seen as convenient because they'll close on a bunch of pipe sizes, but they're not as robust as a pipe ram. And so we're wanting to kind of reset that to where like, well, multi-ram and pipe ram is the same thing. So a big impact would be getting pipe ram users to move on to become multi-ram users.
Yeah.
And it's very much a drop-in replacement. That's the tone that we want to set with this product. That
It's easy.
You have to do
There you
nothing
go.
special. You just install it like you do a
Yeah.
pipe ram, and you use it like you do a pipe ram.
Yeah.
But you get more out of it.
More redundancy, all better things. Yeah.
And what do y'all see as the anticipation coming from customers or from the industry looking forward to this?
Yeah, so it could be giving them more redundancy on BOP stacks that don't have a lot of cavities.
Yeah.
So they might be things that they could be anticipating would be picking up some redundancy, being able to maybe drill for longer periods of time before you're having to work on your BOP to change out the rams. So things for them to maybe save money, right? Save labor and different things that you have to do as far as routine BOP scheduled things that this multi-ram might be able to eliminate from your process.
It's also making me think like it speaks to the relationship that you guys, or the trust I think that you've already garnered with customers, because they were the ones coming to you with the issue in the first place, or there's a gap. You had mentioned there's a
Sure.
and
Exactly,
they came to
yeah.
you with this rather than saying just like, well, we need to find something else. Let's just go somewhere else and find it.
Yeah.
They came to you saying, we trust whatever you've given us before, or we trust what we're using now from you. Help us to go further.
Yeah, sure, and that's pretty much the way NOV rolls.
Yeah.
We want to offer the whole package.
Right.
We don't want you piecing things together. And so that's kind of into the whole thing with like, yeah, we have this whole product line. Why don't we have the best multi-ram on the product?
Right.
On,
that's-
on the in the field.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of what we want to see from our customers, where they feel comfortable coming to us and say, hey guys, do you guys offer this, or could you guys offer this? And getting that customer feedback for us is very valuable. We love
Yeah.
getting that because we actually do something with it. We don't just put it in a bin and say, okay, that's for later, but
Right.
we like to take that information and
Sure.
put it into a product that we can offer to them.
Yep.
Well, I'm feeling a little jealous that you got to go take a look. Kyle, do you mind showing me inside the bay?
Sure, yeah, let's go check out the BOP.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit, where are we?
We are in a test bay for our BOPs. So this is an above ground test bay that is blast rated for safety.
Yeah.
And so when these BOPs are being tested, all the technicians are outside, engineers are outside to keep them safe. And because in this
So y'all aren't
in this
usually right
environment-
here.
Yeah, exactly. We're testing things for the first time, and you want to have it in something like this if you're focused on safety and thinking about being safe.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So speaking of the team, can you tell me a little bit about what the team's approach was to the development process, the design process when it came to the Multiram?
Sure. Yeah. So it was pretty much, obviously you start with your problem statement and everything's like that, and figuring out what you're working on. But
Right. Back
once
to
we
high
kinda-
school, what's the
yeah,
problem?
What's the whole point of everything? But once we kind of got going, we collaborate as a team where the whole team gets together. 8 to 10 of us once a week in a room with the lead designer, lead engineer, telling us about what problems they've built up for the week, figuring out how we're going to solve different things, planning action items for the next week, and it's been a grind for at least 24 months on this specific product of doing that. So that's well over 100 meetings together, talking about things, arguing about things, making sure everything, we've thought about every possible scenario that could go wrong to prepare us to get into a bay like this and start testing the product.
Yeah, and that problem you mentioned, that goes back to, I think we had talked about it back when we were at the panel with the guys, about that being the customer feedback that kind of came from that input. Is that right?
Sure. Yeah, exactly. So the customers, are what helped build us up and kind of get us going on our direction, So even customers are giving us feedback throughout that process. Sometimes we're developing questions inside those meetings that we'll send back out to our sales guys or our product line management and ask them, hey, can you get with the customer and ask them kind of these questions? Or we're going right to customers that we have we're on a first name basis with and saying, hey, what about this? What about that? Different stuff like that.
And did y'all take any inspiration from past products we've done or anything when designing?
Yeah, absolutely. So inspirations would be anything from legacy, different types of products, different size BOPs. So the BOP that we've designed with here is a 1310. That means it's a 13-inch wellbore, 10,000 PSI BOP. Some of our latest and greatest, largest BOPs is our 18 and 3/4-inch wellbore, which for 20,000 PSI. And we pretty much have an industry first multi-ram in that one. So that is a top of the line, top of the market multi-ram product. And we were able to lean heavily on all the lessons learned from that and drag them into this BOP. So we had a lot of new technology that happened with that one. And so that was a big inspiration to say, okay, if we can do that, and if we can take that and pack it down into a 10,000 PSI option, we should be able to really knock this out of the park and lean on that kind of stuff, So, and then even field issues from different products and different stuff like that. So we have huge databases with like different issues that's happened with our products, inspiration, if you will, about, hey, I would probably do that differently or do this differently. And so that creates little different problems for us to solve or try to solve and make some adjustments before we produce our version of a new product, new multi-ram like this.
Right. Well, before we go back to the panel, kind of with everybody, I gotta know who is Peter.
Who is Peter?
Yeah.
Peter is our 1310
Oh, this is
6012.
Peter.
Yes,
Hi.
yes. We name our BOP bodies here at the R&D lab, make them a little more human. Maybe.
Where do you get Peter?
Yeah. So that is a name from the Brady Bunch. So Peter, so his other 6012 brethren are also named from different folks on the Brady Bunch. So
wow, that's awesome. The whole gang's together.
The whole gang.
family.
I don't know if we've got every name.
You don't have Marsha, Jan.
We got some of them. But yeah, when you're setting up a TR, a test request route here, you have to select the BOP you want, and you see their names.
Right, helps to kind of
differentiate. I'm going to test with Peter.
Love it. Yeah. That makes sense. All right, well, let's head back.
Sure.
We got some more questions.
Absolutely.
Let's
go.
So I'm curious, what was some of the most challenging aspects of designing, going through this whole designing process?
Yeah, so starting out with just a lot of different directions that we could go with the product, as far as like high performance versus keeping things cost effective, making the product fit into a BOP that's been around for 40 years. A lot of different spots. And then once you kind of get into your sandbox, then you kind of get off into the details that, like extrusion protection.
Yeah, exactly. Extrusion
That's the kind of stuff he worked on really hard.
Was one of the big things that we had to tackle with this design, because it's a legacy product. The cavity is what it is, and so we have to make sure that the ram can fit in there, but also provide the performance that we're looking for, right? And so that's where you start chasing the details of how does the rubber interact with metallic inserts, how does the ram block interact with the cavity, and kind of trying to bring that all together to make sure that the product.
Yeah, and then choosing the elastomer that we want to fit into the product. And so, long story short, we ended up working with our chemistry department at the NOV rubber plant and had them create and design a brand new elastomer from scratch.
Okay, this is what I love, because I'm sorry to interject, but I was just like, that you're saying something that I get to on the work that we do as well.
Yeah.
And I see it on anybody who just makes things or creates things.
Yeah, sure.
Is that limitations are a good thing.
Yeah,
sure.
So like you're talking about, you have a legacy, product that you have to fit into.
Yeah.
It's not like you can just like make up whatever you want from scratch.
Exactly,
So like these limitations of size,
So
of material, or whatever.
It keeps it interesting.
Yeah, it's like you're having to come up with brand new solutions because you're hemmed in at certain points.
Correct.
And you come up with a brand new elastomer.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just use something off the shelf that you have and plug it in. It became, well, the things we have don't plug in perfectly. We had, and we were like, well, we could. Sometimes what you would do is you would compromise and say, well, we're going to compromise and just use what we have.
Right.
Well, instead, we've been working on this product for 24 months.
Yeah.
We decided, no, we have enough time. We're going to lean on our chemistry department to get us something that's a little special, a little different.
That's so cool.
That ends up with something better, and it has. I mean, it's dramatic on the what we're seeing.
And this is iterations where we're going back and forth with the chemist department. I mean, sometimes daily I'm hitting up the chemist and, hey, what about this? Hey, what about that detail? And it's just trying to get as much detail out of the performance of the product so that we can make sure that it actually performs.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Every property from that rubber has been scrutinized like crazy.
Wow.
Short of flavor.
Yeah, it may be colored, but I don't know, it's colored.
Yeah, exactly.
Rubber flavor.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes with what I was thinking, though, is with R&D. When I hear R&D, I always know there's going to be some, let's say, lessons learned through R&D.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
So what are some lessons y'all have learned through the R&D process?
I think first and foremost is this new elastomer that we developed with our chemists, that this type of elastomer can be used in a Multiram. Because for decades, really, we've been thinking how maybe we could really bring this technology into this kind of platform. But from what we've seen results in the lab, that this is actually very much doable.
Yeah.
And we should do it because it will give us even more performance.
Yeah, we've combined chemistry and the elastomer that typically would make the elastomer not a good fit for a Multiram because of, say, its high critical service, high chemical resistance type chemistry that it has. That usually doesn't fit well with a Multiram. But we now figured out and learned iteratively through the way to get that to kind of come together to where now you can actually have both. For decades, it was you can't have both. You want critical service and you want Multirams, well, you got to choose one.
Right.
So that's a massive lesson learned for us. Yeah, and being able to pack this kind of technology in this size RAM.
Yeah, that's space.
When you start off on something like this, you kind of wonder, well, why hasn't the industry made this? Right?
Yeah.
You kind of question. You're like, well, are we either going to learn that there's a reason they haven't done this, or we're going to learn how to do it? And so luckily we learned how to do it.
Anyway, you learned something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And kind of like you were saying about the limitations, we take those limitations and we take it as a challenge.
Yep.
And we don't see something to shy back from, but say, hey, what do we have that we can offer to this product? Or what new technology can we come up with that we can then pour into this product?
Love it.
Yeah. And now I'm so excited. My next question, I usually can't ask this. So I got special approval permission that I'm allowed to ask y'all.
Can I have one?
Yeah, can I? No. When can we expect it? I normally, especially with R&D, I'm always told don't ask when.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I heard I get to challenge y'all. So when can we expect this?
Yeah.
2026, later this year.
Well,
Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes.
And for a second, I was like, this year? That's next. Oh, no, that is this
Exactly.
year.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're here. Yeah. So we're heavily in the prototype development and qualification testing right now, and so that's where it's for us. It's already here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but to be launched. It's coming up in just a few months.
Yeah,
awesome.
and to piggyback off of that, we were talking about customer feedback. We'd actually want to offer this opportunity for customers that are, interested in this product to actually come and reach out to us and maybe even come and witness some of that qualification testing. The way we approach testing in general here at the NOV R&D lab, and kind of the way we try to get information from the product.
Right.
Very much like that.
Yeah,
feedback.
come see it. Don't believe us. Come actually see it happen. Work.
Nice. Well, and since y'all were willing to answer that, I'm going to ask another question that I don't always get to ask, which is, is there more coming? Can we expect anything else from the product line?
And we as engineers,
Is this all you got?
Yeah.
We as engineers always
I'm gonna
want
push
to
it.
make product.
Sure. Yeah. No, this is definitely going to be a stepping stone type product where we're kind of getting a platform going, and then we can kind of build off of this platform to get different ranges of Multiram. So we're starting with a certain range, a certain design range, certain ceiling range, and it'll be the next customer is going to ask for a different ceiling range because everybody has a different drilling program. They have different tubulars that they have to focus on for their whatever they're up to.
Right.
And that's where we'll be able to steer something like this and a lot quicker jump into kind of the next product.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
this one took us 24 months. Hopefully the next one only takes us 12 months.
From those lessons learned.
Yeah, exactly. And you actually have something to build off of.
Right.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and just throwing some sizes out there, like a 4.5 to 7.5/8 potentially. But a lot of that is depending on customer feedback, and that's why we really encourage for the customers to reach out directly to us. Hey, just let us know
What do you
guys
need?
want.
What temperatures do you need?
Right.
What kind of chemicals resistance do you need? What kind of ceiling range do you need? All those are the variables, the parameters that we can play with and produce the next version of this.
Wow.
No, well, thank y'all so much
Yeah.
for inviting us in and having us here. This has been a very cool, special deep dive we've gotten to do.
This has really been special for us. I know I'm hearing it's very special for you. I hope
certainly.
customers watching this, I hope they're calling you guys and really taking your word for it.
Sure.
Making those appointments, come and see that qualification.
Yeah,
testing.
ask us questions. Thanks for asking the questions that you had.
Yeah.
And we're always available to, if there's any more detailed questions people want to ask, just reach out directly to us. We're very open. We love to have that feedback with people.
Yeah, very, very approachable engineering team. We're emailing customers all the time.
We can be a little introverted, but when you get us talking about the product, we start talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and this is technically going on social media, so comment down below all the
Exactly.
things.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you have a question.
There you go.
Well, Kyle,
How to do it.
Dmitry, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.